Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Claire. If this is your first time to my channel, it's so nice to have you here. Today's makeup look is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've had people ask me a dewy, long-lasting, heat-resistant makeup look, and this today is mainly focusing on the actual face. So as you can see, it just looks like a I don't want to call myself flawless because I have so many flaws, but my skin, like my actual makeup, is pretty just like impeccable. Like it's like untouchable, the amount of like dewiness that you have without the chunkiness. We use so many different layers that aren't thick layers. It's products that I've been just loving lately, and it just kind of gives you something that, I don't know, it just makes you look, this is like a look that I would wear, like I could wear it to the beach, I could wear it to an amusement park, I could wear it just out with friends, like wherever I'm doing Disney, shopping. This is what I would consider to be like a summery, just glowy natural look. But again, we're gonna focus mainly on the face today and how we get that. It's just so many good products that I feel like all mesh so well together and leave you with this glowy goddessy vibe. And so yeah, it's super easy to do as well, and it's not like a whole bunch of products and stuff, like it's not like ridiculous, and there's so many dupes for the things that I use today. But I'm gonna quit mumbling and we're gonna go ahead and get started with the video. It's like more educational, and I really am proud of the overall look and how it turned out and how I just feel glowy, like I feel like summer. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy it. Here we go. So since today's makeup look is all focused on like a summer heat resistant makeup look, it kind of just suggests that you're going to be out in the sun all day. Like in my mind, I'm thinking like beach or like amusement park, something like that. So since it is like a day lockdown dewy makeup look, we gotta add some layers to kind of lock it in. But first of all, we want to add some sunscreen because it's super important to protect your skin, especially in the heat in the summer when the sun is like, you know, beaming down. So I'm gonna go into some of my Tarte sunscreen. Any kind of sunscreen's fine, drugstore, whatever. I got this for free, which is why I'm using it. I probably would not buy it otherwise, just because like I wouldn't spend a lot of money on sunscreen. I honestly don't even know how much this is. This is just what I have. So this is like not even included in the layer. We just want to put this on our skin to, you know, really protect it. I'll probably put some more on like whatever parts of my body are showing. But yeah, so that's on there. And then we want to add some primer, and y'all know one of my favorite primers in the world is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. So like a while back, like a year ago when I first started my channel, I used to use the Ulta Beauty primer, and that stuff really was good. Like I really did like it. I used the color correcting and then something else for like oil control. But yeah, so I just kind of moved on to this. I also got this for free from Influencer. If y'all aren't a part of Influencer, y'all need to sign up because that's where I get a lot of free makeup. Not sponsored, by the way. That's where a lot of my stuff comes from. But now that we have all of this stuff on our face, the primer and the sunscreen, I'm just gonna kind of like let that kind of chill for a sec, just because it's feeling a little, you know, like, Claire, why do you have so much stuff on me? Well, it's because you're in for a long day, sweetie, talking to my face. And my face is a little bit broken out, so as you can probably see, just because I did a face mask the other day and then I did the Biore pore strips, it works, y'all. It didn't work the first time because my nose wasn't wet enough, but I ripped like a ton of blackheads out of my nose and like right here and right here, which is why it's kind of like a little bit irritated right now. But next up, we're gonna go in with the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas. So this is new for me. This is the mini size. This is still $20. I have never bought this stuff before because I was like, that's so expensive. I use this and it just makes your skin look poreless, and it only takes like a little bit of product. So I like the area of my face that loses the most makeup is just like the T-zone, so that's where I like to put it. So I literally just like dab my finger on it and then smooth it over. It just, I don't even know what this stuff is made out of, but it's pretty magical if you ask me. So I'm just gonna put this in our T-zone because that's where I lose the most makeup, and it just smooths everything out and just makes it smells good, and it's soft on the skin. You know, it's not like a thick, harsh product. I love it. It's just so good. It's so smooth. And just so you know, before I did all this, I did like wash my face, moisturize my face, and I sprayed some Mario Badescu spray on it, just to kind of, you know, get my face ready. So there is a lot on my face right now, but it's all light products and it's not like a heavy amount of anything. But now we're going to kind of get into the situation where we want it to start getting dewier. So I'm going to go into the MAC Strobe Cream. This is in Pink Light. I got this on sale in Ulta about a month ago probably. And I saw Desi Perkins, I think, uses this. Somebody uses it. I can't remember who. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit on my hand. And then I'm going to go into a beauty sponge. And we're going to kind of just apply this like we would foundation almost. But I'm going to focus on starting on the areas that we like to highlight anyway. But if y'all watched one of my most recent videos, I just put this like on my cheekbones under my foundation. But today I'm going to put it all over my face pretty much, just because this is an all over dewy look. This is probably a look that I would wear for a beach day, not to just lay out on the beach, but if I'm like going out to eat at the beach, because I don't live far, and so me and my friends like to make day trips out of it sometimes. And so if I was just gonna spend the day, you know, at like a resort or something, go eat, go putt shopping, that kind of day, this is how I would apply my makeup. But you know, this doesn't have to be for a beach day. This can be for like Disney day or whatever you want it to be. So I'm just applying all of that strobe cream all over my face. I want to do another little layer. See, it just kind of adds like a dewy effect and like shimmery and not glittery. Like I feel like some highlight and stuff is glittery, but since this is like a cream, it almost feels like a moisturizer on your face. And this one is the Pink Light shade, and I do have like a pink undertone, so that works for me. And this is the only one they had anyway, but yeah, it just makes you look kind of like radiant. And sometimes you can just like do this, and like if you're going to like just the beach, I would just do like this, you know, and just call it a day. Now, even though we have this all over shimmery glow going on right now, I want to also incorporate highlight, because this is going to be a highlighted face look. And so I'm going to go into the Tarte Pro Glow liquid highlighter, and this is in the shade Stunner. So I got this from like the Tarte sale that they do twice a year. We can get like 7 items for $63, and I got this like a year ago. But I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger, and we're only going to put this in the areas that we're going to highlight anyway. So this is going to go on my cheekbones and kind of like around the sides of my face. So, you know, where I normally apply like regular powdered highlight, this is just going to go under that, so that way when we lock in some foundation, I'll already have like a little bit of a base of a shimmery glow, a little bit extra in these areas, because the whole face is going to be glowy, but this is just gonna give us a little boost. And like all the products that I'm using, you don't have to use them. Like there's so many dupes out there to pretty much everything now, that there probably is like a drugstore version of everything that I'm doing. I just saved up for like some of this nicer makeup, and that's why I have it right now. And then again, y'all heard like a lot of this is free stuff that I've had and y'all have seen on my channel before, so I just kind of use what I got. Like I'm not really big into just buying new makeup just to buy it. I like to use, you know, what I got. And so I just applied that with my finger, and then I'm gonna go back and kind of press it in with my beauty sponge, make sure everything's just nice and blended into the skin. Now, one of my favorite parts is like, what kind of foundation do you want to use for a makeup look like this? Because a lot of my foundations in the past have been nothing but matte, but this one is something that is newer. You've seen it on here in a couple of my videos recently, and I love it. It's like it doesn't say it's a dewy foundation, but it works as a dewy foundation. So it's the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear. I don't know how to say words. It also has sunscreen in it, SPF 15. It's up to 24-hour color, wear and comfort transfer resistant. So the fact that it's like up to 24 hours, it's heat resistant, it will stay on your face. This is in the shade 260. So yeah, it just kind of, you'll see in a second, and you've probably seen on here before. I've only really ever worn matte foundations, but this one you can just apply it and you can layer it like really easily. Like it doesn't go on super thick. It definitely is medium to full coverage, not just full coverage, which I really like that. I've never really had a foundation that's like on the thinner side. So as you can see, you can still see all that shimmer underneath it. Let me zoom out in. Yeah, you can still see like the shimmery and the dewiness underneath this foundation, but it still is just like locked in, and I really like that. And so I'm just putting a little bit on my hand every time, and then going in and pressing it in with a beauty sponge. And we're probably going to do 1.5 to 2 layers. So I'm going to go 1 full layer and then go back over it again in the areas that need it more. I just like using a beauty sponge more than a brush because it just, I don't know, it makes it look more flawless. I know some people that will apply with a brush and then go back over it with a beauty sponge to make it look not streaky. And like, I do like the brushes that I have, but I don't know, I kind of follow the trends a lot, which I need to start setting my own. No, it just seems to work for me. And this one is a little bit dark for me because I got it when I had a spray tan, or not even a spray tan, like fake tan on. And so the lady matched me, and so it is a little bit dark, but I am going to the beach this weekend and next weekend, so hopefully I'll get dark so it matches me everywhere. So I went ahead and blended all that foundation out. It looks really nice and just like you can see the dewiness, but it's not like too thin, like it's a full coverage foundation pretty much, since I added a couple layers. But I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with some Morphe setting mist to lock it in. And we're definitely not done. I haven't even applied concealer yet. I just like to go ahead and set this, so it's looking really good. But now we're gonna go in with some concealer, and I'm gonna use pretty much my only concealer that I have right now. I'm the type of person that will use every ounce of what I have before I buy new stuff. This is the Born This Way Too Faced concealer in the shade Snow, so it's kind of light but not like super light, so you can see my dewiness right now. I really am feeling it. And I'm not gonna put like too much on, just since this foundation is really good, but I'm just gonna kind of put it in the areas we normally would use it anyway, and around the nose right here. I also have a little bump right there, and then a little bit down here to kind of just lighten it up, but not too much. And then we're just gonna blend that out with that same beauty sponge. And so it's just gonna kind of lighten it up under the eye, but not too much. And also, this concealer is not like a super matte, this concealer is not like a super matte concealer. So it allows it to kind of camouflage into whatever foundation you have, because I noticed when I put it on my matte concealer or my matte foundations, it kind of does look more of like a matte concealer, but on this one I like the way it blends into where it's still like you can see all that's underneath. I really appreciate that. Move my big hoops. So even though we're keeping this super dewy, we do have to set with what we got, and I'm going to go into the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This stuff is really good, and it doesn't make you have like too much of a matte finish. I know like most powders do, but this is just like, we're going to add a pretty, not thin layer, but not super thick either, because we do want to set all that concealer, because it will sweat off if you don't, and this is something we want to last all day. So I'm just going over with that same beauty sponge, because it's my only clean damp one right now, and I'm just gonna press this all into, especially under the eyes where the concealer is, and then kind of tap it around all over the face. So I like how this like sets it but doesn't make it take away the dewy effect all the way, because we don't want that. We want to keep it nice and dewy. But I have a very just light amount on my sponge, so I can just go around the whole face and set it in. And it may look a little bit more matte starting out right when you press the powder in, but it will kind of like heat up with the skin over the next couple of minutes, and you'll see it'll kind of go back to dewy. Well, not like full, you know, glossy looking, but it will, you know, accustom to where it's at, and it will like set in, because that's its job, and it'll let it kind of embrace what's underneath it. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos where they talk about this stuff, because I'm still trying to learn, and then I've also been like practicing on my own and like watching my skin transform from like the time I start doing my makeup to the time I'm like done, and you will see it kind of just really soak in. Now we're gonna go ahead and bronze our face. This is pretty much just like the face routine today, and so I'm gonna go into the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. This is in the Casey Holmes collab. It's the one I have right now, and I'm gonna go in with an angled brush to kind of keep that chiseled look. I'm just gonna contour with it, swift motions. I just can't imagine if like we didn't have bronzer, like my face would just be like a little little potato. And since we do want this to be a little bit more of a shaped up look, like as you can see, my bronzer, it's not messy, but it's there. So I'm gonna go back into that powder and just kind of go under the jawline. Gotta lift my hoop again. Just to kind of let our face know where we want that shape to begin and end. Just to kind of give us more of an effect of having like an actual cheekbone. See, it just kind of lifts it, you know, it kind of shapes it up a little bit. Today's look is solely like really focusing on the face. So I'm going to do my brows and my eyes, and then we're going to get back to the actual matter at hand, because I do have a little bit of last minute glow steps that kind of really bring back the glow. So we're going to do the brows and the eyes really quickly. So now that we did the eyes, I know y'all saw like I put that gold on there and then it was just a little bit too dark, so that's why I went over it with that silver shade, and I used the Nudie Patootie palette today. But now we're really gonna bring back that glow and just really make us like illuminate. Like I don't even know how else to explain it, but something I've really been loving to look glowy and just flawless lately is this Hourglass the ambient lighting palette. So it's a little pricey. I think it was $64 for this, but you get 3 of the shades. You can buy them like by the singles as well, but I couldn't decide between these 2, so I was like, let me just get the trio. And so we're gonna go into, really we're probably gonna use all 3 of these today, but I'm really first gonna go into the middle one, which is incandescent light. And I'm just gonna go in with this little flat brush, and we're gonna apply this basically everywhere. So we're gonna start really on the cheekbones, but then also on the whole under eye. So that way when people look at you, it just kind of gives you like a like, look, this one looks dead and this one looks alive. So I just really like to bring it really low, like, yeah, all over the cheekbones, but then it also just looks so good on the under eye. Same thing like on the nose going up. So this is kind of like an alternate to putting highlight everywhere, because it's not like a highlight, it just kind of makes you look like glazed everywhere, if that makes sense. So see, it's just like everywhere I turn now. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of dim light over here, which is this one. Wait, no, is it? No. This is Radiant Light, the darkest one. I'm going to put that where the blush kind of goes, because I don't think we're actually going to add blush today, because I want it to be just a glowy, bronzy look. So we're going to apply that as we would blush. So it's kind of just going to give us the effect of like blush going into bronzer, but a little bit lighter, and that is cray cray. Back into the middle one. Really just put it everywhere. I just feel like it kind of just sets the mood for what we want. See, look, I just look like a little donut. One of the last steps that we're going to do today is, this is like a prestigious little item that I have that I've been really stingy with. So it's the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. This stuff really does work. I used it the other day, so I can vouch for that, but it's so tiny. So it says 2 to 3 spritzes, so that's what we're going to do. Too far from my face. Okay, that was like 4. But yeah, and I'm gonna let that kind of just soak in a little bit. I'm also gonna line the bottom lash line with this teal colored eyeliner. Any teal will do. I think this is from Walgreens by the brand Jordana. I've had this forever. Now, I know we look like a glazed donut already, but I want to add some extra highlight since we don't have an actual highlight on. And I'm going to go into Santorini by Kylie Cosmetics. Who's surprised? Not me. This is just like the best stuff. I've dropped it so many times and somehow there's still so much product in there. And we're just going to apply this on the upper cheekbone since that hourglass ambient lighting is down covering the bottom half and really like up here too. This is just going to really take it to the next level. Okay, I get it. You can blind me now. Really powerful. I love watching the nose get shimmery as you do this. It just looks like so pretty. I'm gonna pop a little bit of this on the inner corner just to add a little bit more illuminate. So the lip liner that I have on right now is by Maybelline in the shade Beige Babe. It's a little bit dried out, so that's why I didn't even show me doing it because it was super hard to put on. Okay, so the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks, let's just talk about that real quick. I got them. Yeah, they had fuzzes all over them. Not all over them, like it wasn't unusable, and they had holes in them, but I truly don't think there's anything like dangerous about them. That's just me. If you don't want to use them, then don't. But I did get a refund and I got to keep my lipsticks, so $300 back. So I am going to be using a little bitty trio of those today. I have all 20 of them. I'm going to start and I'm going to go into the shade That Girl. It's like a peachy nude. I gotta admit, y'all, they're very creamy. And they do last a long time. Like, that's just a fact. I think it was a very bad issue, and I don't think it's her fault though. Like, I think it's all in the company, or the manufacturer, whatever you call it. And now I'm gonna go into the shade Nude AF right in the middle. Just to kind of give it a little something in the middle, a little dimension. Skin's a little bit more dry and the lashes are drier. I'm gonna spritz Morphe one more time. And now I want it to be kind of glossy to kind of go along with the fact that I have like a dewy face. And so I'm going to go into this is from VS Pink, the High Gloss and Coconut Oil. It's a conditioning lip oil. Smells like suntan lotion. I used this by itself the other day and I'm pretty sure it shriveled my lips up. I'm going to test it out again today to see if that's what it was, because I did do some other things to my lips. But it just kind of gives you that light glossy effect. It smells so good. And it just makes your lips look wet and it's not sticky. So guys, that's it for today's makeup look. As you can see, I just look super glazed without looking glittery and chunky, and it just looks like a flawless skin routine. And we know it's going to last all day because of all the products we used beforehand and then all the products we used to set everything. And so we still kept that glow. And so as time goes on throughout the day, it's really just going to melt more into the skin. And so even if like a couple layers like kind of fade, we still have that shimmer underneath that we primed with. So it's really just going to be something that's going to last all day and always provide us that shine without looking oily and like chunky, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like a natural everyday glammy dewy long lasting look. I don't know how to explain it, but if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe down below and let me know what you think of it. And so yeah, you will see me in my next video, and let me know what else you want to see on my channel. So I hope you like this one once again, and I will see you in my next one, and stay blessed wherever you are. Bye.